Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching Georgia Beer Reviews. Back at you today with a live review. I wanted to do a little bit of a live stream. I really haven't been able to do much in the form of live streaming lately. Been very busy, but these little beer reviews are short, sweet, and easy to do. Don't take up too much time. So what I'm looking at today is from 450 North. This is the this is the 420 juice Dank Nugz. It clocks in at 10% alcohol by volume. It is a double dry hopped, double IPA, bordering on a triple IPA at 10%, with Strata, Simcoe, Mosaic, Columbus, and Citra hops. I always love the artwork on the 450 North cans, particularly their slushy XL and their smoothie style sour lineup. Anyway, this beer, like I said, comes out of Columbus, Indiana. That's where 450 North is located. Their distribution has gotten a lot better over the last year or so. I know a lot of people that can get their beers now. Anyway, I've never had this beer. I've only ever had one other IPA from them, which I reviewed. I don't know if I posted that review yet, but it will be posted soon if it's not already. And I really enjoyed it. So really looking forward to trying this one as well. It sounds amazing. So let's go ahead and crack into it. Okay, pour it up. It's a decent looking beer in the glass right there, kind of a hazy orange color. Cheers, drunken one. Just open one. All right, nice. Well, this will be a short and sweet review. So maybe I'll see you afterwards. We can have a beer on this fine Saturday afternoon. So yeah, the aroma with this. Let's go ahead and, the appearance, orange, hazy, about 2 fingers worth of a relatively creamy white head. Smells really nice. I'm getting a little bit of grapefruit with this one. Definitely some tangerine citrus in there. Maybe a little bit of a piney resinous. It actually smells a little bit more on the West Coast style, the traditional IPAs with your grapefruit, your pine, your resinous, even though the appearance looks more along the lines of a juicy IPA. And the name of the beer, 420 Juice, Dank Nugz. So 420 Juice, Dank Nugz, Nugz, piney, resinous, cannabis, juice, more New England. So maybe it's going to be like a hybrid type beer. Anyway, none of the alcohol is coming through on the nose. It just smells like a nice IPA. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Definitely a nice mix between a juicy and a West Coast, and there's a lot of malt with this. Very malty in the middle of the sip. Picking up on some really rich bready notes, some caramel, malt, brown bready type notes, which is kind of surprising for this style. Some grassy hop notes, a little grapefruit, but the piney, resinous notes are really what shine with this. So there is some juicy orange tangerine type stuff going on with this as well, but it's definitely more of a traditional IPA than a New England Juice Bomb or a hazy with the flavor profile. Obviously, with the appearance, we're talking about something different. By the way, speaking of the appearance, look at the nice head retention and glass lacing. Really good looking beer in the glass. I will say, as I swallow it down, I'm not getting any burning effect. any warming, any indication that this is a 10% beer, which is nice. I did like the other IPA that I had from them better than this because it was more along the lines or the style guidelines of what I like for an IPA, which is more juicy, tropical, and your East Coast, New England style IPAs. This one, if you like the West Coast, if you like a little bit more dank, and you want something that has maybe a little bit more juicy than your traditional West Coast, it's kind of a nice balance between the two. Then I would say that this would definitely be a beer that you should try. It really does have a nice malt character, nice malt backbone as well. Some really nice, almost like brown bread and that caramel malt, so lightly toasted brown bread type notes with this. And the finish is drying because of the alcohol, I think, and just because of the way that they brewed the beer with the hops and that bitterness on the back end. It kind of sucks the moisture out of your mouth a little bit and kind of dries out the palate as well. So between the hops and the higher alcohol, it really dries out the palate, even though it does have a little bit of juicy character throughout. It's definitely drying on the finish, and it's inviting in the sense that you want to go right back in for another sip after you swallow it down, which could be dangerous because this is a 10% beer, and it does not drink like a 10% beer. So I am enjoying this beer. I think I'm ready to go ahead and give this thing a rating. It's not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite beer, actually, from 450 North. But for the style, for what they were trying to do with this beer, I think they really did an exceptional job. I'm going to give this a 94 out of 100. It is a pretty solid A beer. Just be warned, if you're expecting more of a juicy type beer and less bitter, you may be a little bit disappointed. However, if you're open-minded, if you like both styles, if you like the tropical notes, the juicy notes, and you also like the more traditional West Coast style IPAs with a pretty significant bitter kick and bite on the finish, then I think that you'll be very pleased with this, and you may even give it a much higher rating than what I just did. But personal preference definitely comes into play with this, but I think it is excellently done, excellently crafted for what they were trying to do. It doesn't really fit into one style or another, whether it's a traditional IPA, an East Coast, whatever. It kind of blends the elements of both styles together, and I think they did an excellent job with it. So like I said, 94 out of 100 for the 420 Juice Dank Nugz from 450 North Brewing Company out of Columbus, Indiana. Thanks so much to everybody in the chat, Drunken One, and and Mark A at the last second. Yes, in the house, but about to get out of the house. That's it for this beer review. You missed it, Mark. You'll have to watch the playback, but a 94 out of 100 for this beer, Mark, the 420 Juice Dank Nugz from 450 North out of Columbus, Indiana. All right, so that'll do it for this beer review. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and we'll see you here all on the next one. Until next time, everybody, cheers.